me because we're having a podcast.
That's right.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I am looking at you.
Okay.
Are we good? All right. Well, once again, we're so glad that you're joining us here on the Bennett Breakdown. Aren't you happy, honey?
I'm so happy.
That's right. I
So good
look
to be
forward
here.
to this.
Me too. I get 1 hour of conversation with you.
One-on-one.
Uninterrupted. You're not
Uninterrupted.
getting a phone call or a text message.
No kids, no horses,
No horses. No kids.
nothing. So
Nothing.
I'm excited about this. First of all, so today, our topic, we're breaking it down and we're talking about marriage. I'm sure we'll talk about this a bunch
Yeah,
because we love being married, don't we?
we do. It's so much fun.
I felt like I was talking you into that and asking a question at the same time. But
Yeah.
I love being married to you.
I love being married to you.
We have big time together.
do.
And recently, we just got into golf.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in golf. I've been golfing, last 2-3 years maybe?
Yeah.
Not very long at all. And you were raised in a golfing home. I was not.
Yeah.
In fact, your dad's the one who kind of pushed me. You will use voodoo. You will play golf. And now I love it.
Yeah.
And those of you that are golfers out there, you get what I'm talking about. But what do you think about golf?
Gosh, I'm highly addicted to golf,
Yes, you
which I
are.
never thought I would be. I just kind of pictured myself as like the kind of girl that like when you asked me to go golf that I would say, okay, yes, let's go golf. But now I'm the kind of girl that I'm going to go golf without you and I love you.
And she has.
And I'm sorry, but it's like I can't wait for the next game.
She's literally calling me, guys, and saying, hey, would you quit your job to go golf with me? She's ready to go all the time, which
Yes.
is awesome. But I'm not quitting my job
Yeah.
because my job pays for the golf.
Yeah, that's true. And I just want to say, I didn't know that I was going to like golf this much. And I mean, I want my parents to watch this, but I don't know if they should.
I think they should.
They kind of traumatized
This
me.
is what the podcast is all about. Be real. Lay
Okay.
it all on the table.
They kind of traumatized me, my dad. Because every family vacation was around golf and like, hey, we'll go to Disney World, but he's going to go golfing and we're going to go to Disney.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you go golfing with him, I remember you had to be like so quiet. You couldn't even move in the golf cart. I love you, Dad, if you watch, but I really do love you.
Couldn't even fart. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, absolutely.
It's like so quiet. And the highlight of the golf trip would be when they would get to the pond and I could go catch frogs for 5 seconds. And it was
Yeah.
the best 5 seconds and I lived for it. It was so much fun. So I didn't think that I was going to like it because I thought it was like a quiet time, like serious. And golfing with you is so much fun.
That's
Like,
right.
We laugh. And
Yeah.
that last golf course we went to in Dallas, they had music in the cart and we got to listen to like some 90s music and it was pretty awesome. So that was fun. And it's really fun when I outdrive you. It's the best in the whole wide world.
She's lying. She.
It happens every once in a while.
Okay.
Like if you if you mess up, then but you better watch it. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, so golfing with me, you can still catch the frogs, right?
Yeah,
you
but
can
I'm
be
not into that
loud.
anymore.
Well, I'm just saying. We golf, but we also still have a little bit of hillbilly in us. Maybe build a campfire and have
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
some frog legs.
And the snacks, like there's snacks.
Oh, there's always going to be snacks.
There's snacks
Wherever
and
I go.
Coke. Some
Absolutely.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Let's preference that. Diet Coke.
Diet
Praise the Lord.
Coke, golf, snacks, fun. And you also smile at me and encourage me a lot. And so that's a lot of fun for me too.
I do. For all you men out there that golf and your wife doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and give you my favorite saying of golf. When Brandi would ask me how I played, I would say, and I got this from her granddad, so props to Elmo Jones out there, but he would always say this: best 2 balls I hit all day is when I stepped on that sand rake. So that is a good one. She can't say it, but I can.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about marriage.
Yeah, let's talk about marriage. So I want to first of all ask you, what's your favorite part of marriage?
My favorite part of marriage.
Wait, keep it PG though.
Oh, okay.
mean,
Well, I don't
or
have anything to
PG-13.
say then.
Okay.
I mean, just kidding. Gosh, my favorite part of marriage. I mean, the friendship,
Yeah.
honestly. Like,
Definitely.
And here recently, we're at that place. we really are best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I can, even things that I've struggled with, like, I can't believe you. I've talked to guys before. It's like, would you share that with your wife? 110% I would.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's not going to beat me up. She's going to encourage me. And sometimes she is going to beat me up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's brutal with me when I preach. She's like, you shouldn't have said that. Or I may have said it this way. Or your hand gestures. You know, I'm trying.
It's the Holy Spirit speaking through me.
It is. And
to
so
help you with your hands that get stuck.
You correct me. You encourage me. Your accountability to me. But I feel like now we're in this place in marriage. It's, I don't know. It's so much better.
It is. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. Like, we're at a place, you know, raising kids, and we're just we're still super busy, but it seems like in the last couple of years we've gotten to go, and I think that's a big deal. It's just, you can get so busy you don't spend time with one another. So I am thankful that you're playing golf. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
For that. But I think that's the part of it that I love the most is literally, people say that as a cliche. And I always see that on Facebook, through the ups and the downs. And I feel like
the highs and the lows.
It's
and
all
like the
ups
rough,
and all highs.
Yeah. I mean, like, but we don't focus on the bad things or the tension because we put it behind us, where people that are posting, it's been high and it's been low and it's been fun, but there's been hard days and stuff like that.
That's life.
It's life, but we're going to put those bad days behind us and look at the positive and the good things that happen.
Absolutely.
Because they always outweigh the negative.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
So.
Did I answer your question good?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, let me ask you,
Yeah.
what do you think?
About marriage. Well, what was my question? Say it again. How did I word that?
What's your favorite thing about being married?
Well.
To you, or?
Yeah, no. I love being married to you because I don't know, like, there's probably other women that stay at home. I only work 2 days in the office, and then the other days I'm at home. Like, I literally cannot wait for you to come home. Like, that is, like, the best part of my entire day is you coming home. It's my favorite part. And so I guess, like, having somebody to come home to and looking forward to that person coming home, because I know there's probably people out there, which we know because we're pastors, we hear a lot of stuff, is people really do dread going home to their wife.
Yeah.
Or they dread their husband coming home because they don't have a good marriage. But that literally is my favorite part of the day, is being with you.
Yeah, and I think we've came to that place because we are two totally different people. Like 1,010%.
Yeah, I'm so much cooler than you.
Yeah, okay. Like, we went to Canton this last weekend, and how many things did you buy?
I don't know. I didn't count.
You did. I bought 0, but I had a big time. I met a lot of people and loved it. She was focused on shopping. I was focused on all the people and their story of how they acquired all this crap, right?
Right.
So, but I think and that's what I think we should talk about today, is celebrating the differences and how, you know.
Yeah, because obviously we're in a time in the world that men are marrying men. And women are marrying women. And it's so messed up because God made us to be different people so that we could unite and become one flesh. You can't be the same person and become one flesh.
That's right. Jesse Duplantis said it to me right before we got married. Or maybe it was right after we got married. I don't remember. Maybe it was after, because we were at the Trices at Maranatha Church. And we're in a back room there. And he goes, how long have you been married? It hadn't been very long. And he said, let me give you the best advice was given me. He said, it's the death of two wills, and it's the birthing of one. And so, and you know, I say this too in marriage counseling or premarital, is your whole life, and these are things that need to be celebrated today. And this is what, you know, this is where the church has failed, and now we're seeing the damage that it's doing to our society. But your whole life, you were taught to paint pink. You write with pink, you think pink, I think blue. Not only because I'm a Cowboys fan, but also because I'm a boy and it's blue, and we don't celebrate that masculinity anymore, right?
No, you don't.
And so, no, I do.
No, you do, but I mean, America, I mean, you're so right.
Yeah, but when you get married, it's the death of two wills and the birthing of one, so the pink mixed with the blue makes, now, you don't write anymore in pink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ride in blue anymore. We ride in purple.
We're purple.
Because we're one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still
That doesn't mean that we're going to, like, get along and make every decision the same way. Like, we have to find that balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Because
so,
we don't always agree.
100%.
A lot of times we don't agree.
Yes. No, we don't. But.
And I always win.
We work it out.
Because I win.
Until we win.
It's usually me, though.
But it's usually her.
Yeah, just kidding.
But she's not. So go ahead.
So, I think as you're talking about going into a marriage relationship, a lot of times, I'm going to say 99% of the time, people go in with unrealistic expectations, right? And they have little training on how to be successful. And I think that Hollywood makes marriage look like a walk on waters, that it's so romantic and easy, and that people...
Vow.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
That was based on a true story. Like, don't use that one.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, you can't use that one as one. But I always, like, look at movies and people, like, sit down and have, like, these conversations. And I'm like, I've never had a conversation
like
that
the
looked like
answer
that.
is so stoic. It's like they just read Shakespeare.
Yeah, I say, babe, what are you thinking? And you're like, nothing. And then in a movie, they're like, I'm actually thinking about you and how brown your eyes are and how beautiful you look today. And I really love that shirt you picked out. Yeah. I've never had that kind of conversation with you.
Everybody has a doctorate in marriage, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy to me.
And that is robbing our society today.
It is. Like, little kids, like, watch that and they're like, my mom and dad have a bad marriage because when I watch TV, marriage looks like this, and at home I'm seeing something totally different.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they just have that unrealistic expectation of what marriage is going to be like. And also, I think people have those expectations because of their parents, how they were raised. Like, maybe they have parents that were like ours, like awesome, and they didn't fight and they got along. And so then they go into a marriage thinking like everything's going to be good and peachy and we're never going to have arguments because I never saw my parents argue. Or on the flip side, they see people that fight all the time. They're like, I'm not going to ever fight with my husband because my parents fought all the time. So I'm not going to be that person. And then obviously issues arise and
absolutely.
Because, then they have fights.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing is there's limited training. Would you agree?
100%. I mean, and as a church, like, I believe that we're called to train people and help them be successful in their marriage. And I don't think it's talked enough about. I feel like, and I think our church even falls in that category, is like, okay, in the month of February, right?
February.
I was hoping you were going to say that because we do it all the time. Like, let's talk about relationships.
Yeah.
And we're
going
to
love month.
Yeah. And
February
then we're going to put one week out of that whole month and talk about marriages, where in all reality, how much of our life do you think we're spending on working on our marriage? I mean, it's 24/7. You can't just put in a little bit of work and think it's going to work out.
That's right. And you can't think that you're so spiritual that you're going to be the most dynamic husband in the world, right? Because I've seen some spiritual gurus out there that they're so, let's just face it, weird, that they're a terrible husband, and they haven't put their hand to the plow on being the biblical marriage, because it's going to take work, right?
It's a lot of work.
Work, absolutely. And I believe the Lord comes along and fights that battle with us. We've got to invite Him in, but you've got to put your hand to the plow on certain things and certain issues. And man, it's give and take. It's crazy to me how some people, like we've been in marriage counseling for, they're dying on a sword of something just totally illogical, unrealistic. And I'm like, dude.
That's the thing that opened my eyes in marriage is all of the stuff that we've walked through with people. It's like realizing, well, first of all, I realized like, man, we have it really good.
Amen. There's been times where I've met with people and I just come home and kiss you and like,
yeah,
thank you that you're not crazy.
Yes. And I'm thankful that, I mean, I see a lot of men that are full of pride and
Absolutely.
They don't want to try to work things out or it's not their fault. And I'm like, man, like you are a very humble person. And anytime we've had arguments, you've like come to me and like said, I was wrong in this area. And, we've tried to work it out, but it's like, I'm super thankful for us because of what we've seen.
But I think it's humility on both sides of the game.
Definitely.
Right?
Humility is big.
Like, guys, we're talking about, I think this is a moment where helping people of like, when I come to you humble, I can honestly say this about you, that you're humble as well. And you're not like beating down a dead
because
horse.
My personality, if you come in at my face, I'm going to put the boxing gloves on too.
Absolutely.
But I think that's anybody that is approached with that fight manner or that attitude, they're going to be like, okay, you're putting on the boxing gloves. Like, I'm going to defend myself, so I better put some on too.
And that's what I don't get is like people get in an argument. Well, when you come in guns a-blazing, your first initial response is, I'm going to have to fight my way out of this. And something I learned a long time ago, it takes two people to fight. When one walks away, it's no longer a fight. And so, not that you walk away.
I was going to say, like, you can work it out.
Well, I shouldn't have said it like that, but not that you walk away, but it's like I'm taking the gloves off, and I'm not fighting it, so then it's no longer a fight, right?
Right.
And so...
humbling yourself.
Yeah, coming to a place of humility.
And, we're talking about marriage, but this is for single people too. Like, you can't get, we're talking about being trained and being prepared. So like, if you're single, don't like cut this off and say like, I'll listen to that later. There's things that you can learn that you can put into your heart for later right now. And it can also build you to be a better person, to like work with your coworker and realize like your boss is a man, you're a woman. Things are just different.
Yeah. Because
the way we process things.
Yeah, that's right. And what we've noticed is those personalities, it's not just with their husband that they don't get along with, or it's not just their wife.
Yeah, it's everybody around them.
That's right, because they're at a place, I'm right, you're wrong, and it's got to be the death of, you, which is
that's your
humbling
walk with
yourself.
That's your walk with Christ.
Only by pride comes contention.
That's right.
Pride comes, then a fall comes.
Absolutely. Every time.
Every single time.
I mean,
so this isn't about you.
Yeah.
This is about us.
Yeah.
Together.
Definitely. So we're talking about men and women being different. And so men and women lack understanding about the general differences between men and women.
Absolutely.
It's like
we're different.
Yeah, we're so different. But so often, like when you're having an argument and you want to verbalize it, this happens to us a lot, I would say, is I'll say something to you and you don't really respond, or you only have a one sentence. And as a woman, I want like a conversation to be birthed from that sentence. And you're like, okay. And I'm like, is that all you have to say is okay? And then I get frustrated, right?
Or a head nod.
Yeah, I hate the head nod.
Sorry.
Especially the head nod when you're on your phone and you're looking down and I tell you something that I've been waiting all day to tell you.
Well, I think that's a big difference is this. I'm a one-track mind. You can have 15 things. Now, your dad can do the same thing as well. I've seen this about him.
Yeah.
Your mom, it's different in roles, and I think this is a thing you need to figure out as a couple. But I'm a one-track mind. Like, me studying the Word, I can't do it in the basement with the boys. I'm going to strangle them. Or you guys acting like it's Jumanji upstairs when I'm trying to get ready for a message. Like, that's all I'm thinking about. Squirrel. What's the movie? Squirrel. That's how I am. You can watch a television show, know what's going on, cook dinner.
Yeah. See, like, I like to study
kids,
for a message at roasters. There's like a lot going on.
Too many people watching going on at roasters.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Has this guy seen his pants that he's wearing? Oh my gosh. What in the world? So,
I'm just like thankful that a kid's not coming up to me and asking me a question when I'm at roasters. So that's why I go to roasters, and I get distracted at home because I think, oh, I should throw in the laundry. I need to go do this. So I have to go to roasters.
Is that not the truth? I've talked about this before in sermons. It's amazing. We can both be sitting on the couch and I'll say, hey, it's time to go to bed. And you know what I do? I go to bed.
Yeah.
Not you.
I don't know why you don't get up and put your dishes in the dishwasher, but
oh, dear Lord. Hallelujah. But you'll find 25 things on the way to the bed where I'm like,
I got to go lay out the clothes for tomorrow. I've got to do this. I've got to do that.
Yeah. I'm a one-track mind. If I'm going to bed, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. And you should, when you go to bed, you should be really intentional. Like, make sure you take a shower. You put your face cream on. You need to, like, make sure you don't get some wrinkles up there, or you're going to have to get Botox later.
Botox. We talked about that earlier.
I know, it just hit me.
No Botox for me.
Don't say never.
Okay, or whatever.
So, we're talking about men and women tend to be more personal. Do you find that to be true?
100%.
Yeah. What are men? Impersonal?
Yeah. No, we're like facts.
Do you like call your friends and like, how are you doing emotionally right now?
Absolutely not.
I'm like really worried about you.
No, because I'm a man. Right? I'm like, I don't know. The pastor side of me does.
Yeah.
For sure. But not like, that goes down to before you asked me, well, how was your day? Hey, it was great. Well, then let's say Sam Archer calls or another horseshoer here in town.
This happens all the time.
Yeah. Have you done the yellow horse for so-and-so? And I go down into details of either how much of a pig he is or what kind of feed he has. And I go into all these different details. He was traded off by so-and-so and all this different stuff and go down the trail, right?
So you're telling me you're personal like a woman. Well,
it depends on what it is, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
We're talking golf games and all this different things, scores, all that. Mm-hmm. Yes, but like...
In a marriage relationship, I'm going to tell you, feelings. Women want to know that too. We're talking about marriage. And so like, if I ask you how your day is, like, tell me that you did a bad horse and that you hated it.
Absolutely. So, man, that's what I'm getting at. You can't say that to your buddy who calls you on the phone when you just told your wife, well, it was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because she wants the nitty-gritty details.
Yeah. We want to know, like, where you ate, who you ate with, what you had for lunch, and why you didn't invite us.
But what if you fixed it and it was terrible?
I know, I'm a bad cook. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, people know this about me. I love all foods.
Yeah.
I'm no respecter of foods.
So I'm a mediocre cook, and you're very content with it.
Yes, that's it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're a great chef.
You're such a liar.
Hamburger Helper was great last night.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I'm just kidding. We didn't have that. We had ramen noodles. No, I'm kidding. We didn't have that either.
You're not having nothing for dinner tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
We're eating at Blue Sky.
Amen.
Yeah.
Tuesday nights. That's also another marriage tip. Mm-hmm. Tuesday nights, kids eat half off.
Yeah.
Blue Sky. Mm-hmm. They're sponsoring this ad.
Yes, they are.
With cheeseburgers.
Yes.
So, what did you say?
So I said that women tend to be more personal than men, and then women tend to become part of their surroundings. I know you're confused. Yeah. So it's crazy. You start hanging out with certain friends, and it's like, man, like I used to not love to go eat at this restaurant, but me and my friends love going to this place. And so then you start hanging out and becoming like the people you're with. Men, y'all just like have y'all's own identity. You're like, I'm not going to go there because I don't like it.
Not necessarily. I'll go there if you like to go there.
Yeah. But, okay, so I try to get you to wear all black all the time, and you're adamant. You're like, I am not going to change for you.
Well, yeah, it's not my personality.
Yeah, but women, like, tend to, like, feed off of other people's personalities and, like, oh, like, my sister's really into this cute new designer or whatever, and so then it's like, it's like we're trying to keep up with each other, I guess, but that's just how women are.
Oh, you like to compare.
Yes.
Okay.
But absolutely. Men aren't that way.
Yeah, I think some are. I'm not.
Yeah.
You always get on me. I'm confident.
You are so confident.
I heard this last weekend, and I think it's super good. Mm-hmm. And I think that men, I think a woman wants a man to be confident.
Yep.
I have a confident father, was a great example to me. Mm-hmm. Your dad's super confident. I mean, these are people who speak into my life for sure. But you can't influence people that, how did he say it? You can't influence people. No.
Say it. That you're insecure.
Intimidated
by.
You can't influence people that you're intimidated by. Yeah. And so, I try not to be intimidated by anybody.
Yeah. And you're not. But I would say women, I think I was talking to a friend, the younger generation, man, they compare each other.
They do.
Like,
Well, social media's brought that out, right?
yeah. And so the other day, I was like really nervous about going to this golf class because I was like, they're going to look me up and down. They're going to look at my outfit. Like, what if I'm not wearing the cool golf stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And what if I do something wrong? They're going to be so judgy. But it was like a group of older women, and they were so welcoming and kind and encouraged me and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool.
They were the Abraham influencers.
They were. Preach.
That's right.
They really were. Gosh.
And
It was awesome.
That's so important. And if you are, let's just say that right now, those of you that have been married 50 plus years, or let's say 40 plus years, throughout the Bible, there's the Abraham, Isaacs, the Jacobs, and the Josephs. And the Josephs, the 0 to 20s, they need to figure out their identity. And the Jacobs are the ones who are increasing from like 20 to 40.
Yeah.
We increased in wisdom, increased in money, increased
in responsibility.
In kids, responsibility.
Yeah.
But then from 40 to 60, that's the Isaac generation, and they're the ones who are making an impact. But then the Abrahams feel left out sometimes because, well, I'm 60 and above, I'm retired or whatever. And we're here to tell you, you're the ones who need to be speaking into our lives. You're the influencers.
And influence the younger generations as well.
And so that's what you experienced when you went to that.
I did.
And that's what I love around. I love hanging around. You always tell me I'm an old soul.
You are.
But, I mean, some of my closest friends are always older than me, for sure. And so, because they speak into my life.
And y'all like the same kind of music.
That's right. Old country. Merle Haggard, you're my friend. Amen. Come on.
You know, one thing about women, most women I would say, because I don't feel like I fall into this category, is that it takes them time to be okay with the change.
Women?
Yeah.
Not you.
That's what I said. I don't fall into this category that we're talking about next. Is
yeah.
Women need more time to adjust to change.
And I think that's me in this relationship.
You're such a girl.
On one thing, I'm not a girl.
Just kidding.
Wait,
who cries more?
Oh, Lord. That's me for sure.
I know. Lord, soften my heart.
I can thank my father, Donnie Travis Bennett, for that. But I definitely have compassion for people and things and different things.
And people that die in movies.
People that die in movies. Or, you know, like when Andy went to college in Toy Story. That was terrible. I had Woody's heart right there. Like,
I know.
Oh my gosh. Talking about, so I probably, and I think us talking about marriage, this is where you have to
figure it out.
It's like, I know she has a heart. She's fast with change, but she knows that I'm not. Like, buying a car is a 6 months process for me. It's like, it's this color. Let's get it today.
Right.
And so she loves change. She gets that from her daddy. Like, let's change right now.
And that's even like in our house. I'll be like thinking about rearranging the furniture, changing something in the house.
You don't even think about it.
No, like, I do. You always ask me this. What I'm going to say is that I'll say, hey, I really want to do this project. And you said, you just decided that today. And I'm like, no, but I just now told you about it. And you get all like grumpy about it.
I don't get grumpy about it, but I'm like, do we have to do this right now?
Yes,
it has to have a process. So the whole point of this right here is you need to figure out who is the one that wants to, who this deals with.
Right? You know, I do as a woman like to change, but I know like my mom, it takes her
an
long
act of
time.
Congress.
It really does.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if she's going to get a new piece of furniture, it's going to take her a really long time to make sure she's like looking and she really does want to change.
And it don't matter if it's on sale.
Yeah.
Nothing. Right?
If it's on sale, that like puts spurs in my belly. Like I'm ready. Like we gotta go get that right now because it's not gonna go on sale again for another 6 months.
Oh, just so right.
That's usually the pitch that I give you whenever I want something. I'm like, it's on sale and the sale ends on Monday. So if we're gonna save the $300, we've got to buy it today.
$30, $300. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think just going back to that, we're gonna have you in your marriage, you're going to have to figure out what makes, because you're different, not only mental and emotional difference is
Right.
what we're talking about. Your difference in physical, all these different things, and we have to celebrate those things. And what we're getting at is this doesn't. I mean, most of the time that does fit women, but
Right.
in this case, it switches for us.
But you have to know that because I
Yes,
know
and celebrate it.
celebrate it, but also you have to know how to read your partner because there's times that I want to ask you questions and the me personality of like, let's check this off my list and get it done. Or I've been thinking about it all day. I've got to tell him. Sometimes it's not the right time to tell you or ask you that question because you're that one-tracked mind and you're focused on something. And then I get the response that I don't want you to give me.
You experience not what you were expecting.
Right.
And that's a big deal. And I've learned that with you. The same deal is like, that's where there's been times before we're going on a date tonight and I'm getting your eyeballs because I have so many things. I have my hands in so many different things. And the most important to me is you and the kids.
Right.
But pastor in the church, shoeing horses. I mean, and just all, I mean, got my hands in all kinds of different deals on different boards and different things like that. So that is important to me. But you're right. Like if I have, you can tell when I'm thinking about something.
Right.
Because I think out loud like I am a one-track mind. And even when she asks me, what are you thinking about? It like takes me off my course like, squirrel.
And
What was I thinking about?
But you always say nothing.
I always say nothing.
I'm like, there's like literally not one thought going through your head. Like, I want to get to know you on an intimate level. Like, tell me what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking about. I was thinking
Whatever,
about
you're
you.
lying. You're such a liar.
Absolutely. So, you got to celebrate those things.
Yeah, you got to celebrate it. And also, like, just learning how to read people. It's like, we're talking about how we feel like we have such a great marriage today. But, man, there were, like, bumpy times of, like, me not knowing the right time to ask you to do something and you exploding because you were thinking about literally 1,000 things, and me adding one more thing onto your to-do list would make you explode.
But tell the audience here, it's not like
Oh, he doesn't explode. Okay.
I might get intense. My eyes get big, and my voice gets even sterner, right?
And your lip like quivers just a little bit.
Absolutely. Those of you that were our youth kids out there during our time of youth ministry, y'all have all seen it. Y'all testify to that. Put that in the comments. That I'm really a loving guy.
You really are. I say explode like you don't punch holes in walls,
No.
obviously, but it's like
I ain't got anger issues.
yeah, no. But the next thing is that women express their hostility verbally. Right? We use our words.
Yes.
And men tend to be more physical. Like, okay, the perfect example of this is we first got married. I mean, we'd only been married for like 2 weeks. And I'd like gone into town with my mom to do something. She went to buy me lunch because you couldn't.
Wow.
Just kidding. And I don't know what we're doing, really. I'm just teasing. And I came home and you were putting together the grill that somebody had gifted us
Oh my gosh.
for our wedding. And I promise you guys, I'd never seen him mad at all. And so I like go in and there's like a hole in the drywall of the garage of a house that we were renting. And I'm like, what happened here? And you like had thrown stuff, like pieces.
Oh my gosh. Well, what had happened was I had it up on the deal and it fell on the top of my head. Oh, Lord.
I wish we would have had cameras then because that had to be hilarious to see.
Cuss and fit. I got mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So definitely men get more physical. And like for me, when I fight, I can't fight physically, obviously. Well, I guess I could take you if I wanted to, but I use my words. And it's like, I know like my words can hurt because I can't physically hurt you. So I would say things that I didn't need to.
I've preached that many times. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We know that is. I hope you all know that's a lie.
Such a lie.
And there is people that are in counseling right now of something that was said to them by a parent or a spouse or whatever it was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
that they can't get past today.
Well, I'm sorry for the things that I said when I was angry 25 years ago or 18 years ago.
We are paying for counseling. Not just you. Or not just me.
What?
I'm kidding.
I'm like,
joking.
wait, what?
All right.
Yeah. Can I tell one more story about you?
Sure.
It's so funny. I'll never forget. We bought the boys a
trampoline. No, we can't tell one more. Absolutely
Actually,
not.
boys. No, it was the kids because Addison still jumped on the trampoline. So it was Addison, Anson, and Noel. We got them a trampoline. And you picked the windiest day in Amarillo to put it together. And it had those like side things, you know, so that the kids wouldn't fall off the trampoline. And I felt really safe about it.
I did not. I was thinking to myself the whole time, we are making kids sissies today.
No, you were not.
Like this last week
you were not
in
thinking
Canton,
that.
Texas.
You were just literally thinking.
Well, let's just go down this
road. No,
just
you
for
were
a second.
thinking that you just don't want to put it up. You just thought it'd be so much easier. I know how you like to put projects together. You're like, oh, this will work. And then 2 months later, it does not work.
Listen, I'm a typical male on that of who's going to ask for directions. I'll figure it out because I'm a man. Right?
You're crazy.
I am crazy. But I was thinking that. And I'm sure all the men out there that were raised in my generation will agree what I'm talking about. We are making kids sissies today. In fact, in Canton, Texas, this last weekend when we were there for trade days, I noticed that there was a guy selling old playground equipment. You know what it's made out of? Metal.
Yeah.
Like, if you hadn't got a tetanus shot from playing on the playground, you are not a real...
That scar.
Come on.
It's from a slide.
Absolutely. It made you tougher.
It was the day that I learned that women are smarter than men. It was an awesome day. I was going down the slide in second grade, 1992. I'll never forget it. And I was going down the slide, and this idiot kid, a boy, was crawling up the slide.
Dang.
And I don't know who he was. I wish I remembered his name. I'd call him out right now. And I had to grab the side of the slide, and my hand caught on a piece of metal, and it ripped it. And he didn't even care. He just crawled right on top of me, and I'm like bleeding.
But you're tougher today from it.
He just left me.
Remember getting on hot metal, like slides?
Yeah.
Like you could
burned your butt off.
fry an egg on it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That made us tougher.
But we have to finish the story about the
Putting
trampoline.
the trampoline together. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was trying to divert it, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't. So you were outside. I looked outside the window. I think I was pregnant with Catch, so I wasn't helping you. And you were screaming to the wind, "Is that all you've got? Come on!"
I felt like Jesus in the boat.
Ah!
Yeah. Peace be still. Absolutely.
No, you didn't. You were yelling at the wind saying, like, bring it on. You've got more.
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah. I just felt I had a Lieutenant Dan moment out there in the ocean.
It's terrible.
Oh, is that all you got? Remember when he did it?
Yeah.
That's what I was feeling like.
Yeah.
But I had both my legs. I hadn't fought in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So that was...
Yeah, that was a fun moment, and needless to say, you didn't do a good
job. So you're all right. Women express their hostility.
You didn't build that right. It didn't survive.
Did I express hostility verbally there, or did I do
Oh, you were physical. Like, yeah, it was physical. You were trying to like punch the wind in its face if you could, but you couldn't because it's the wind. You're like throwing.
Oh, I hate you, Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Put something in the comments if you come on. Man, you've been there with me when the wind's blowing 450 miles an hour in Amarillo, Texas. Yeah. Those of you that may be watching away from here, the wind blows like
a hurricane.
Yeah, because New Mexico blows and Oklahoma sucks, and we're stuck right in the middle is what I've always heard.
Yeah.
So it's terrible.
It's crazy.
Anyway.
So we're talking about men and women being different. Did you know that women have smaller lungs?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a physical thing?
Mm-hmm. Physically different.
Huh.
Yep. And we produce less oxygen. Or we need less oxygen.
So us men use up all the oxygen. Well, it makes sense because we have bigger lungs.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
I do know this about the physical difference between man and woman. You can't see depth perception.
Yeah, I feel like that's so true because when you drive, you scare me. And then you're like, the car's 50 feet away.
Not 50 feet.
Okay.
Like 500 yards away.
Okay, well,
you're like, they're braking. I know they are. I can see it way up there.
Yeah.
And she's freaking out. And I feel like I see these are important because people get in arguments. We have before.
Mhm.
I'm like, honey, let me drive.
Yeah. So they
nothing
actually
worse
say
than a-
women get in less car accidents than men.
I could see that because.
Actually, I don't know if that's true, so don't like it.
Oh, dang. I don't know. I'll always say
I think
this.
y'all are aggressive, so y'all probably
Don't
get...
think I'm sexist on this, but always, if it's a terrible driver, I always say, look what she's doing. It just comes out.
Yeah, but it's so weird because then
You
we
are
actually...
a good driver.
When we pass them, it's actually a man. Unless...
That is not true. That's what I'm getting at. That is not true. I'm
It's
always
so
like,
true.
look what she's doing, and pull up there, and it's always a lady.
No, that's... I will say...
Men are much better drivers.
I will say, like, maybe...
That's a physical difference.
No. I feel like maybe it's just me, but I think men are better parkers. They
Like-
park a car better.
I know Parker.
Shut up. You'll park cars better than we do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the other day we pulled up to a big soccer game, and that lady, like, pulls in and takes 2 parking spots.
See, that's what I'm getting at.
She
I
gets out, and
I
she
didn't even
looks
see a
at it.
lady get out of that car, but I knew it was a lady
no,
that
you
parked
didn't.
there.
You didn't even say that. You said, look at that
No,
guy.
I didn't say it.
You did
Because
not.
I remember me as a man, I'm not verbal. You
No.
are. But I physically knew right here. Absolutely that was a woman.
Yeah. Okay. The next thing. This is what is crazy to me,
Especially in the time of day we live in.
especially in the time of day that we're living in. And I hope that we don't have to deal with this here in the Texas Panhandle. But I cannot fathom my daughter competing against a guy in a sport.
100%.
Because science right here says that a man possesses 50% more brutal strength than a woman. So obviously you're going to be a faster swimmer. You're going to be able to outlift me. You're going to be able to... I know that you can't outrun me, but that's just the facts of today.
Okay.
Yeah. But...
Those of you that aren't watching this, I had a heavy eye roll right there.
I think we should have a race sometime.
Well, we'll put it on the podcast.
I think we should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you
definitely.
want me? I can go on all fours. I did wrestle, and so I can go on all fours.
I know that you
and
could take
run
me down.
like
but
a cheetah.
There's no way.
I promise
There's
you.
no way.
Okay.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
way.
You can talk smack behind the microphone all you want to.
Okay.
Yep.
So to me, like, it's crazy to
Go ahead
to
and tell
think-
the statistic. You didn't say it.
I did.
A man possesses 50% more brute strength than a woman?
I said it.
I don't
You
know
just
that
weren't
you did.
listening because you're a man.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
How about just this last weekend in Oregon, a trans boy that's now being
Yeah.
a woman. I don't know how you say it, trans man,
I don't know.
but
Yeah.
a trans person beating up a girl inside the hallway.
Like, that's not a fair fight.
It's not a fair fight. I remember a couple years ago, Addison was playing volleyball, and remember those boys that were
Oh, yeah.
here from Albuquerque or something like that?
They were like 12 playing our 15-year-olds. Remember that?
Absolutely, and they were huge.
They
and
were
I
so-
mean, they were pounding
Yeah.
the ball. The girls were much older, but I thought to myself then and there, if Addison has to play them, I am going to raise the roof.
They did play them.
No, they didn't.
No.
Otherwise, they didn't play him.
Did they not? Okay.
No, they didn't play him.
Well, they're
I
like
know they didn't.
12-year-olds. My first question was, like, I didn't know that they had girl or boys volleyball teams. That was my first question.
Probably should move on from there.
But anyways,
I didn't know that either.
yeah. And, you know, like little kids, you know, Catch used to wrestle. We're kind of bitter about that. But him wrestling a girl, I mean, I think that's weird.
It's not the same. Absolutely.
I mean, even though
And
they're
to
little
the
kids.
effects of, like, I struggle with it because, especially when them boys get older, I mean, there's moves that you get in, you have parts in each other's face and
Yeah.
things like that.
That's not
that I'm like,
appropriate. But too, it's like
absolutely
it's
not.
not fair for a girl to go against a guy because physically y'all are just stronger than we are.
absolutely.
But we're a lot smarter than y'all.
Oh, gosh. Jabs.
Yeah.
Coming in hot. But I mean, these things are so important, just like going back to the depth in all of this different stuff. people get in arguments over stuff that if you just realize we are different.
Right.
God created us totally different.
Mm-hmm. It is hard, I mean, sometimes you think, I know we're different, but sometimes when we wrestle, I still really think in my heart of hearts that I can beat you.
You keep thinking.
I know, and you win every time, but it's like the willpower on the inside of me is like, I'm going to take him down one day and just show him that I'm stronger, but that's never going to happen. So then I just have to tag Noel in, and then he destroys you.
Hey!
I say, son, get in here and take your daddy out.
Hey, he's a Marine.
He took you out when he was a senior in high school.
Oh, my gosh. I've shot too many horses. My shoulders are getting weak.
Okay,
He had leverage on me there.
So move on from that, because we know that Noel will beat you every time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm moving on.
So men and women have different sexual differences. Did you know that? So
I know this.
Yeah. So
I've heard this before, and this is a great analogy right here. Talking about sex.
Yeah, we're talking about sex.
Men are built like a microwave, and women are built like a crock pot. Mm-hmm. Right? Men, you say, let's go.
I hope you listen to yourself preach in this moment.
Okay.
Okay.
I am. All right. If you want loving at 11, you run the vacuum at 7.
Do you know where the vacuum is?
I'm praying about finding it in the house. Or the dishwasher or whatever it is. But microwave, think about it. You just press the buttons and boom, we're cooking.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't even have to hit the 30-second quick start. It's like more like 3 seconds. You don't even have to add the zero on those, like beep.
But women are like a crock pot. You turn them on early in the morning. Mm-hmm. First thing.
Yeah, and most of them take 8 hours to cook. You can cook it on high for 4 hours, but that's like a really rare occasion.
Oh.
It's definitely like an 8-hour process of like you wake up in the morning and you tell us that we're beautiful and you kiss us. You cook us coffee.
Yep.
And you put your dish in the dishwasher.
It's not on high mode.
Yeah.
It's on a low cook.
Yeah. And you can even do keep warm, and takes a lot longer than that. It might take 7 days to cook.
Right now, women on the other line of this, they are testifying. Preach.
For real.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like the little things that add up, because you can't just walk in to the room and be like, I'm ready, are you? No, we're definitely not ready, because I think the biggest part for women is that it takes a long time for us to shut off our brain. As like we're thinking about what happened. We're processing everything that happened when we lay in bed. We're processing everything that happened in the day, like the good, the bad. And then we're also thinking about what we're going to do tomorrow and what has to be done. And so like sex is literally the last thing that we're thinking about, because we're like, we've got to get this. We got kids sports. Like I need to make sure we have the lunch packed. I need to get everything organized. We're not thinking about it. And then you get ready, men get ready, and they're ready like that. And it's like, wait, we're still thinking about what happened today.
Yeah. No, and this will help men out there. Would you say that I am
a man?
They all know that.
Yes.
But would you say that I'm good at helping you with lots of those things?
Yes.
You didn't talk me into that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you help with the kids and all of the stuff. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is men, I watch them. They come in. They sit on the couch.
And they video game.
What is with the dudes today video gaming? It blows my ever-living mind. Grow up. You got a beautiful wife. Mm-hmm.
That is not going to be ready for loving if you played a video game while she cooked dinner, worked today, deal with all the kids, because a lot of that, honestly, I don't know if y'all see that, but it's like honestly can be overwhelming. Like you're trying to cook dinner. I feel like our kids, sorry.
They're yours.
They ask me.
I'll share them with you.
All of the questions. Like there's not one thing that they don't say. They have to say every question to me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's overwhelming. You're trying to get all this stuff
And I
done.
notice it, and I don't know why this is. I'm sure we can peel the onion away and figure this out. But I really notice it, like when you're gone, driving down the road or anything, they ask me a million questions.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I know.
And I answer it. But when you're home, it's definitely mom. And I think
It's
a
like
lot
you're
of that
on your
probably...
phone and you're doing your own thing, and then they come to us. And I think it's because we're the nurturers, and that's who God created us to be. But at moments, it's like it's super overwhelming, and we're trying to get all this stuff done. And so, I mean, it can be hard. So, men's sex drive is constant.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, for a woman, it's not.
Absolutely. But I think that... But what I'm getting at is talking to... lots of guys, that's how they are. They get off work when their wife works too. Mm-hmm. And if you think your wife doesn't and she's a mom, I promise you're going down a trail that you can't get off of, because they work. I mean, guys, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like when she's gone, I think, oh my gosh, give me 15 head to shoe rather than stay home here, because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But I think just thinking about all those... I mean, we have a bunch of men today that are just sloppy. Mm-hmm. And if they would, do their part that they can, it would help.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Like pick up the house or whatever. If you see a mess, pick it up.
And then you can get to bed earlier and make the time to do the preparations to get her ready.
There you go.
We're not moved by a touch. I mean, like one touch. Like, it's a process.
Absolutely. Men are moved by what they see.
Yeah.
Boom, it's there.
Boom. That's
Absolutely. And so you need to celebrate those differences. So,
right.
So in this, it's not that the men need any help. Mm-mm. But this floors me. Like, this totally blows my mind. When I meet a guy, whether it be in the church or shoeing horses or something like that, and they have sex once a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's stupid.
Well, to me, my thought, I mean, this is like not, just maybe because of what we've heard and we've gone through with a lot of people, like, if you're having sex with your husband once a month, he's getting it somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old saying to me.
Yeah.
If a dog's not getting petted on the porch, he's going to find a different porch to go to.
Which is like terrible that a man would do that, but women need to realize like.
But it may not even be that. It may be porn addiction or whatever else. Right. And it's like, if you're not, I mean, in these men that don't want it, it's like you need to really get tested. To me.
Oh yeah, because there is that balance of like
testosterone drive, and women get tested for different things, because this man, God created this.
Mm-hmm. Sex makes your marriage better. Like, if you want a good marriage, like, you can't just think like you're going to have the relational side of it and him meeting your needs of like being kind and helping you around the house and being a good husband if you're not meeting his needs. Like, it's a two-way street. Like, if sex is number one for your husband, like, you have to meet that need as well as him meeting your needs as well.
Absolutely. And this goes back to the death of two wills, and it's the birthing of one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm shocked with when we ask people about that.
Blows me away.
And then too, like, sometimes guys saying that they're too tired. I'm like, what are you doing that you're too tired? Like, I don't comprehend that. There's something going on there.
Absolutely. That's where you need to get tested or something.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know. I'm no doctor.
Yeah. You're just a man. So a woman is stimulated by sound, romance, and touch.
Amen.
Yeah. Not words, not I want sex. That is not, it's not that. And then you said it, men are moved by what they see.
What they see.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I would definitely say that I am not a touchy-feely person. Mm-mm. Like, when we first got married, I'm like, okay, here's the line. You stay over there on that side of the bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay over here. But I know that speaks in your life. Mm-hmm.
And I want kisses
cuddle.
not just in the bedroom, but anywhere else. Like,
Absolutely.
You can't just like say, "Oh, now's the time to kiss."
When I greet you.
Yeah.
I think a bit important thing too in marriage is, man, what gets me, just like that, saying I love you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, how many relationships, they've been married for? I mean, this isn't with my parents, and obviously with yours. There's people married out there that they never tell each other I love you.
Yeah.
I can't think of one conversation we have on the phone, even if you're calling to say, "Hey, where's this?" That we don't
bring
say,
"Bring me a Coke."
Bring me a Coke, or a coffee. We're getting that time of the year where I love you. Mm-hmm. I think that's so important
I think too, though, it can get to the place where you say it out of habit and not out of actual intention in the heart.
So should we say it like in Spanish, where it seems more?
No,
Me amo
I'm just
tú.
saying, like, I think you can get to
Me
that point
amo.
in your relationship is like you're saying I love you,
Yeah,
but it's out of habit.
absolutely. But going back to words, I think that's why you brought me to this conclusion, because I'd be like, why is this old dude with this good-looking younger girl?
Because women are moved by what they hear,
Not by what they
see.
see.
But you are very good looking.
Praise
babe.
the Lord. So are you.
When I saw you, I was like, he is so hot. So we've like pretty much said this, but a man needs no preparation for sex, and a woman needs
Much
a lot.
preparation.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So it's the crock pot and it's the microwave.
it's the crock pot and it's the microwave.
So this boils down to the man.
Yeah.
You got to turn it on first thing in the morning.
Yep.
Fix some coffee. Fix some breakfast.
Definitely. Do all the stuff.
Do I fix coffee and breakfast?
You do. And when you don't, I'm like pretty sad.
No, you're mad. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there.
Yeah.
You're mad. All right.
That was good. I feel like our marriage is already better.
Absolutely. But actually, we have some more here.
I know. I didn't know if you want it to go on.
Well, we can.
Because we're like at an hour and...
About 2 minutes out from an hour.
Oh. I think ending on sex is like...
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So let's end it like this.
All right.
So we talked about some pretty important things today.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say the conclusion would be?
The conclusion, I think that men and women are so different. That's why God ordained a man and a woman to be married, because he knew like that the two differences would come together and make a beautiful thing. And marriage is a beautiful thing. God intended it to be very beautiful. And he wants us to have successful marriages. And so he's like set us up in the Word of God on how to figure out our relationship.
Absolutely.
And I feel like as a church, we need to do more to help people in their marriages.
Absolutely. And I think about it like this, like grace and mercy. Aren't you thankful? I mean, you look throughout a church and you see so many different personalities, yet God loves each and every one of us.
Yeah.
And so we've got to have that same grace and mercy in our relationships
Yeah.
with one another.
And it's such a balance.
It's a death of two wills. It's the birthing of one.
Yeah. It is.
Those of you that liked this today, subscribe,
And maybe they want to hear more of it.
comment. Tell us what you guys want to hear. Maybe you guys have some questions, some theological ones. I actually had a question I think would be a good one to answer things like this, because I had this question from a young man. He's actually up in New York and love his family. But he sent this out to me, that he has a roommate, and this was his question. If God is all-powerful, how can he be benevolent? You can't be all-powerful and all good at the same time. And so maybe you have some questions like that where we can break it open and just talk and discuss, get in the Word.
Yeah.
Or whatever you guys want. Let us know. Let's go down the rabbit hole together.
Yeah.
But
And let's grow in Christ.
let's grow in Christ.
Yeah.
It's the Bennett Breakdown.
Bennett Breakdown.
We broke it down. Marriage today.